So there is a whole protest scene here, a whole thing. I'm going to pull it up here.
Okay.
This looks like a hospital,
Yes.
People's Hospital in Leiyang. No, that was the Hunan one. I'm sorry. There's some sort of hospital protest where there was like malpractice or something, and it got out of control. Like it was a few people that showed up in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And then when they showed up, other people were like, "Hey, I had some problems here," and it turned out to be this massive like internal protest within the hospital. Mm-hmm. Actually, unfurled banners and everything, and it became a huge thing.
Yeah.
But that was just one very, very small protest, and a very big scene. A rash of protests have been happening in China recently. For example, this one is the Kowtow one next.
Let's take a look, because this is the one that you'll see in the thumbnail.
Yeah, this is that was in Wenzhou.
No, before we get to that,
I just want to say that last one was in Wenzhou.
yes.
And it was there were medical accidents. What you don't see in the video is right after that, apparently the security guards beat all the protesters.
Yeah. I mean, we're not going to show that footage anyway. Over here, this woman has a grievance, and she's written it on her shirt.
Yeah, I can't see what it says.
We can't tell what this is.
It's too far away.
The reason that we're showing you this clip is it's a new clip, is because we've shown you in the past how they have these banners to unfurl to block, just physically censor people. Now they've got these portable ones. It's kind of like an umbrella.
I do want to interject and say that people found this to be unbelievably ridiculous. Like a protester will show up somewhere and be like, I don't know, this company, they have a company grievance with something. But China doesn't allow protests, so they unfurl these like this new umbrella version.
Yeah.
But these like big physical things to block people from seeing a protest.
Because they don't want anyone to photograph it or spread it around online. They don't want anyone else to see, just in case they join in.
Yes.
Or they notice the problem.
But they didn't have a defense for it right off the bat.
Yeah.
Because it's just too crazy to a Westerner to see that.
Yeah.
It's like an actual physical censor bar. Like, you know, when you watch a movie or something, there's a censor bar or something. It's like in real life, right? But China didn't have a response to it because, like, I don't think they expected Westerners to be freaking out about how crazy that is. Because they're like, well, it's just, what do they call it? Social harmony maintenance or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Social harmony management.
That's right.
Well, that's normal in China. Why would that not be normal elsewhere? But it took them a few weeks, and eventually they came up with their rebuttal that, oh, this is actually to cover up like a scene where people get hurt. So they'll put them up and like then they'll shield people, and it became a big thing. People are like, "Hey, you guys, those are actually just to shield people like that have gotten hurt, so that people don't like looky-loos don't walk by and see the bodies or whatever." Nope. Let's have a look.
Yeah. All right.
It's just a woman.
Yes, but you see, they walking around. As you can see, he holds it like a big umbrella. It's got a stick, and it's to prevent anyone from seeing what's written on her shirt. And prevent anyone from seeing her. And if you think about it, it's actually very effective because the only way people's messages are going to get out there is if they're seen. Think about it. If you've got a protester that's holding up a, I don't know, stop using oil or something, you know, walking down the street. Yeah, sure. Anyway, but you know what I mean? If you got someone walking down the street with a banner, but then if the cops come up and block that banner, you can't see it.
It's true.
If you're driving past in a vehicle, you're not going to see what they're on about. You're like, oh, something's happening there, but I don't know what.
These guys didn't do their job very well because I have seen videos of them during drills.
Yeah, and
they'll have one person like hold up a blank piece of paper because that was the big protest in Shanghai.
Yeah.
And they did this drill and they actually put it out there in public. They're like proud that they could do this, but 4 police.
Yeah, they'll cover them all around.
One, and it made a square around that person, and then someone like runs by and like basically black bags them. And gets them
exactly.
out of there. So these guys screwed up.
Yeah.
This guy's like laughing.
Yeah. Okay.
I wish the video was clear. We could see what's on her shirt.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't know what her grievance was, but it's probably something to do with loss of funds or forced relocation, or there's going to be some injustice. Because if people reach that kind of breaking point in China where they actually go out there with a slogan and shouting, it means that they're basically sacrificing their freedom.
Oh yeah, so what you saw there, that's not the end of it. Like that square, that police square that's blocking her, that's not like where this ends.
No.
Like when the real police show up, she'll be taken
They'll
away.
take her away, yeah. So now this is at the, what was it, CITIC Bank?
Yes, yeah. I have some notes here. So people are trying to get their money back from CITIC Bank, I believe. They can't get it back or withdraw their money. So this is a main branch. So it's like a big branch, right?
Look, this happens a lot. Now, we've seen this in the past. Now, either people cannot withdraw their money. There are a lot of restrictions in place right now in China. If you go to the bank right now, say you've got like a lot of money in the bank, a couple $100,000, and you want to withdraw it, they won't allow you.
Yes.
First of all, you need all your reasoning why you want to withdraw it. You have to give them notice that you're going to withdraw it. Then yet there's like a audit and a whole thing before you can take your money out.
Yes.
Very restrictive, even for small amounts. For people who want to take out like $1,000, it's very difficult to do. But there've also been a lot of frauds when it comes to these investment packages in these banks. So like a bank will put out an investment package, people invest in it, and then the money goes missing or gets lost, and then people come and they want their money back. And the unfortunate reality is that in China, if you want to protest, you're getting yourself into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
If you try to do a Western style, or I should say a rest of the world style. I'd say the rest of the world style protest, where you go and hold a banner and you shout, and you maybe have a megaphone and you get people together. It's not something you could do in China. If you do that, you get into massive trouble, as you saw with the woman trying to shout.
Yes, this is just a quote. Karanja, is this the so-called economic rival of the U.S.?
Yes, it is. Yes. But no, here's the thing. You see this a lot. When people lose their life savings, when the government doesn't help them out, when no one helps them out, they'll go and kowtow to try and beg for their money back. And unfortunately, it has given rise to certain memes.
From Chinese dissidents.
Chinese dissidents have put together memes. See, they want their money back. They've obviously lost their savings,
dude. It's desperate, dude.
Yeah. So as you can see here, it's like 中国人在海外. So basically, Chinese
they're able
people
to
when they're overseas
exercise their rights.
Yeah, this is how they protest when they're overseas, and they're all full of bluster. And then it says 中国人在中国, so it's Chinese people inside China. It shows them kowtowing because they'll get us out of here. That's a very, very common sight because there is no freedom to protest. And in a way, this shows some of the benefits of a free society.
Yeah.
Because as you can see, you can have a protest where Chinese nationals are allowed to go on the street with the Chinese flag and they can scream down with America, you know, like China's the best, and they can do it legally and nothing's going to happen to them. But if they do anything like that in China, they get completely annihilated by the police. So their only recourse is to kowtow.
It's sad. Sad state of affairs, but it just shows you the reality.
Yeah.
It's just the reality.
Absolutely.
Look at that. It just looks so regarded.
Tiger and a leopard.
Do you remember in Shenzhen at the zoo when they had the cat incinerator?
This is a boa constrictor. Oh, a cat? I mean, a pig?
这叫白兔。
What is that? A panda crocodile? What is going on? This is a
Sika deer, guys. You know what a Sika deer is? Those tiny Chinese deer. Sheep or goat, goose, horse. Could it be a little pony?
Let's find out.
Okay.
Can almost sing it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs.